Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and EU4, the Cossacks playing as Muscovy. Alright, so we're still just building up our ships, kind of letting our manpower reserves recover, just kind of in a holding pattern while we get stronger. We can invest in the next round of military tech already. Not that there's much reason to do that though, we are 5 years ahead of time, so what I'm going to do instead, probably, is a bit of development. Let's get our manpower up there. Now they did change a little bit of how this works. Let's sort by the lowest cost. So anything that basically they have a different color coordination system based on how valuable it's supposed to be. So impact of manpower modifiers minus 27.6% in Neva. Now I'll bet you that Neva has 27.6 autonomy. And it actually has 21.2. Okay, maybe that also is factoring in the Karelian culture? So it's yeah, so it's increasing the 21.2 by another 33% of 21.2. I don't have my calculator with me, but I'll bet you that's how it's working. Either way, so now the development mode actually will tell you kind of, roughly. Actually, that's the autonomy right there. So yeah, you can sort by local autonomy, which is actually very useful. But altogether, the modifiers are 27.6. Now, that doesn't actually sort by how much manpower you get. Maybe it's a minus 27.6, but you would still get 500 manpower out of it, whereas this has, you know, minus 0 or something, but it still only gives you like 150. Like, you still have to check. But the green usually is a good sign. So there's a red one for 355, as opposed to an orange one for 230. See, that's what I'm talking about. This even has more autonomy, and it still would give me more manpower. That said, though, we'll continue to search for the best possible deal. What they really should do, honestly, is add a manpower per military point spent. That would give me a much better idea of what's cost-effective. Vyatka is a pretty good place to build. 437 manpower is not bad. 312. Tambov is actually going to get better over time as the autonomy ticks down. We'll pick one up there. Anywhere else? Anyone even close to like a building slot? Ladoga, for example, is really close to a building slot. So let's go ahead and get that up to level 10 development. Anybody else I care about, though? Anything whopping, like anything like a 600-700 manpower thing, you know, that would be good. No, I don't see that. I believe that your buildings, like the barracks you've built, will count toward this impact of manpower modifiers. So if it's green, odds are pretty good you've built a barracks there before. I don't see anything else extraordinary. We'll just sit back for a little bit, I guess. Not do anything too crazy. We'll just let our manpower reserves recover. We'll just keep building ships. An advisor has died, a natural scientist, which is unfortunate. Kazan no longer considers the Golden Horde a rival. Instead, they have rivaled Chernigov. This little guy here, huh? Who still has no allies. Potentially would be pretty good to kill, but unfortunately I just can't vassalize these guys. I really wanted to. Like, I really wanted to vassalize these guys. That would have been fantastic. Potentially, if I made them small enough, that's something I totally could do, but I'd have to declare a couple wars on them, it would take a few years, and I'm kind of lazy by nature, so I don't know about that. Let's take a look at our building options now, because we're back up to 500 ducats. Good grief, we're actually making a lot of money in this particular run of the game. Playing as a large nation can be fun. Ooh, 0.23. I'm going to build one there. That's great. Anywhere else that we care about? 0.12. Those are alright. Production's no better, right? Actually, let's take a quick look at our trade power. I was kind of expecting Ryazan to have something a little bit better than that. It's only 2. Which isn't awful, I suppose, but it's not great. Nah. Alright, how about we build a barracks there, get 493 more manpower. And as far as temples, we'll build one there, and we'll build one there. There we go. We have a nice little cluster of Orthodox temples building up around Yaroslav, Muscovy, and all these other special places. Alright. Gotta spend money to make money, as I always say. Denmark and Sweden are apparently at war. No guy has... Our diplomats have stopped trying to improve relations with them. That's fine. Anyone we want to ally down here? What about Genoa? Like, what if we ally Genoa and try to use them against Crimea? Could that be good? We're going to improve relations with them and find out. Bohemia, I would like you to like me so that you wouldn't defend Lithuania. That would be good. Pskov, do you still have your claims? You do. You have your claims against the Livonian Order. That's good. You have claims against me, too, against Novgorod. That's not going to do you a lot of good. Let's try improving relations with Uzbek a little bit as well. Just on the off chance that we can get them in a position where they're not going to want to declare war on me. I would rather stomp these guys all out and then deal with Uzbek myself. See, Uzbek is actually a really powerful nation. If you ever watched Arumba playing his video of the Uzbek Unleashed campaign, I think he called it, really interesting. He used the new horde mechanics really effectively to raise provinces and get super cheap territory while generating a lot of monarch points, and basically just went into full-out world conquest mode, and was doing it pretty quickly. I mean, he was almost non-stop war, which is a fun way of playing the game, no doubt about it. The only reason I didn't play something like Uzbek is because, you know, Arumba and Quill18 and other people are already playing horde nations, and I didn't want to do that as well. Besides, I like Muscovy. Muscovy is a nation I have been planning on playing as even before the Cossacks expansion was announced, so... gain a military engineer or local defensiveness until the end of the game in Ryazan. Military engineer, huh? I think the military engineer just is going to give me fort defensiveness, which I probably won't hire anyway. So I'd rather just get the local defensiveness until the end of the game. That's probably fine. We're back up to the ability to grab military tech, cavalry shock, infantry fire, and regimental camp for land force limits. I mean, it's good, but I don't want to pay the ahead of time penalty. I do, however, want to start storing up for the next idea group and probably pick up a military idea, because we've been doing really well in these military points lately. As long as you're ahead of time in military tech, like, there's just not a lot of point, in my opinion, to, there's just not much else to do with your military points, you know? Ideas and technology are, like, the things you do with them. I mean, yeah, you'll hire generals and stuff. That's great. Speaking of which, I should probably go ahead and take Fyodor off. I think he's less likely to die, technically, if he's not attached to an army. But anyway, yeah, aside from hiring generals and doing ideas and tech, then there's really not much to do with military points, so you'll end up just spending them all on development. Which isn't a bad thing, sure, but it's also not super important. I'd rather just get those idea groups, you know what I mean? Idea groups are good. Ryazanian Separatists 2.2, just watching these Golden Horde people, looking at Lipetsk. I can't increase autonomy, it's already got an autonomy of 92.4%. Why is it so high? That's really high. Huh. I don't really know. Well, fortunately, we actually have a much higher power cap, so I guess I'm not quite as pressed to do military development as I was previously. We're still 3 years ahead of time. I guess we can go ahead and do a little bit more. So how about that Star Wars movie, huh? I haven't actually seen it yet at the time that I'm recording this. It was just recently released. But I've heard it's good. I've heard really good things. My brother-in-law recently went to see that, and I was playing Destiny with him, and he was telling me about it. Well, not telling me about it, but he didn't want to spoil anything, but he was saying he was very happy with the end result. So, I mean, that's a good sign. It's got like a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, last I saw. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, all things considered. Not bad. Not half bad at all. Sweden is still conquering Denmark down here, it looks like. They're going to try. They'll probably form Scandinavia, almost certainly. They're going to form Scandinavia. Religious divergences. We are in many ways seen as one of the foremost defenders of the Orthodox faith. Our religious institutions are strong, and priests both here and abroad flock to our seminars. It is therefore somewhat embarrassing that the rural population... Rural... That is the hardest word to say, I swear. Population in our country isn't quite as in tune with theology as we are. Reports of deviations, such as a dog being proclaimed a saint, or old heathen festivals being integrated with the holy ceremonies of our faith, is undermining our state. Let them complain, or local unrest in Lipetsk, which is where the Golden Horde is. Okay, well, attempts to make them abandon their ways. Let's go ahead and immediately increase our army maintenance, because we're going to have to deal with this. And let's send the 16 stack. Actually, how much force limit is there? 19? Let's send 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. We'll send them all down to Lipetsk. Let's go ahead and put Fyodor in charge. I guarantee you they are going to fire very soon. 13.6% chance. I don't think that's even updated. Maybe it is. Oh, it's down to 10.7 now that my guys have arrived. Boyar's encroachment. It is hard to monitor everyone, everywhere, all the time, and the boundaries between individual land properties are often grounded in old traditions or documents written when the landscapes may have looked quite different. Do we allow Novgorod to come under the control of the Boyars, increasing their influence by 24.7%, or they lose loyalty and there's a chance that we will have problems? Let's take a look at our states. Boyars. Novgorod actually isn't a bad thing to give to the Boyars. So let's take a look here. If I gave this to the Boyars, we would get additional land, local manpower. 50% currently. Which, in a fort province, which is already kind of military focused, that's not a bad thing. The downside is we have a autonomy cap of 25%, but it's not even there yet, so it's actually probably okay to let them do that. And if they have extra influence, their manpower recovery speed advantage should go up. This actually could be good. Losing 10 loyalty would actually put me right on the verge of having penalties. I'm going to let it slide, actually. Up to 53%. Don't think we actually got any more manpower for some reason. Still, so this is going to increase our manpower by 50% here, which means this is actually now a 2,195 province. If we were to increase the manpower here, we would get 437. I wonder if this is a modifier that counts toward the development. Hey, look, we can convert something. Oh my god, 555 months. Yeah, quote-unquote, we can convert something. Pointless. Alright. Well. Yeah, I don't even see a point in spending money on a missionary for 555 months. I mean, that's a long time. That is a very long time. It's kind of insulting, actually, to see this here. I'm going to say go away. I don't want to look at that. Kazan is no longer a rival. Golden Horde has announced Nogai as a rival. Really? You're only 2 provinces. This little guy here just crushed you. You're going to rival Nogai. Okay. Okay. They've arrived Crimea as a rival. Man, there's so many things I would like to kill right now. I want to kill Kazan really badly. Like, I really want to kill Kazan. Let's sigh. But there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately, so we're going to have to sit back and wait. Looks like we have finally gotten all of our manpower recovered. We're now building that up. Denmark will cede 1, 2, 3 provinces to Sweden. Okay. Pay money. Yeah, alright. Alright, that makes sense. That's Sweden being Sweden. They are most definitely going to be forming Scandinavia. Which is actually going to be a problem for me, because Scandinavia is really powerful. Alright, we can't improve relations with Uzbek anymore. We're still improving with Genoa for some reason. I probably shouldn't be doing that, honestly. It's probably not worth it. They just accepted the military alliance with the Teutonic Order. Let's go ahead and recall from them. We could pick up the next round of ideas, and that's the thing. As much as I want to get the next round I really want to get the idea group, but the missionary strength would allow me to start converting some territory, and I really need to do that, so we're going to do it. We're going to get the missionary strength. I really wanted the tech, but I think we need this. I think we need this really badly. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, 31 months. That's actually doable now. Let's go ahead and start converting Kazimov. Let's start getting this Sunni territory out of the way. Eventually, we're going to want to culture convert pretty much everything, because we're going to have a few modifiers that'll stack up to make it really cheap. And that'll increase our taxes and manpower pretty good. Local unrest in Kasimov, or autonomy in Kasimov. Tabaristan, Palatinate is still the Holy Roman Empire. Kasimov here, 13 development. I really do not want to give it more autonomy. Local unrest plus 10, though. We can deal with that, though, I think. Yeah, we can deal with that. We're going to suppress the rebels. It'll only last for 5 years. And these are actually Kasimov Sunni zealots now. I believe the Kasimov originally was giving toward the Golden Horde separatists, but now it's their own thing, Sunni zealots. We'll be able to deal with that, though. In due time, we will be able to deal with that. So, alright, we'll just sit back. Now that we have some manpower coming in, let's go ahead and start training up our cannons. We can actually build 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll spend a bit of our manpower, a bit of our money, but having cannons is really good. So we're going to take advantage of that. Looks like most people are getting toward Tech 7, though. Well, not the hordes yet. They're not quite there. Cannons will be a pretty substantial advantage as far as sieging and just extra fire value. Let's go ahead and continue sending these guys off. Still building up our ships. We're going to get that mission, I swear to God. Let's go ahead and take 2 guys off, because 20 is the most we can have as far as suppressing the unrest, and we're suffering attrition. That'll fix it. Lithuania now has a new monarch. Hello, Vladislavas Giedraitis. I don't know. Alright. I really want to kill Lithuania at some point. But again, as long as the Ottomans are protecting them, there's not much I can do. It's just unfortunate because they are my rival, and I can't even get any power projection out of them. I really wish they would just let me rival Kazan. I mean, come on. They're large enough, you would think that that is okay. You'd think. But no, they're not going to let me. Let's go ahead and gather all the cannons up, and we'll divvy those out once these rebellions are no longer a concern. Ryazan Separatists. Actually, these cannons alone will probably put down the Ryazan Separatists entirely, so let's go ahead and just march them all over here. Yep, that'll do that'll do just fine. So that's no longer a concern. Ryazan will go away. We're at over 1,000 freaking... We're only 1 year ahead of time, though. It's going to cost us close to 620 military points, I think, to get this. So we can afford to get rid of a lot of our extra development, or extra... gosh dang, I cannot talk. Get rid of the extra military points in the form of development. So we'll do that. 355 in Tambov. Who's really close to getting some building slots? You are, so we'll do that. Olenets? No. Ustieg? Sure, we'll put a couple there. 'That's pretty good. 437 is really good, actually. We'll just do that. Alright, by the time that the next year progresses... Well, actually, that's really soon. I overspent a little bit. Teeny weeny bit, but we'll be okay. Our General Fyodor has died! Oh, no! What a shame. No, like actually, that's a shame. That's really sad. Let's go ahead and hire a new one. It's a 2021. Not exactly good. Akeem, you have some big shoes to fill. I'm already disappointed with you. I can just tell you right now. I already don't like you. This is going to be one of those classic drama situations where, because you're not the person that I already loved, we'll never be friends. Never, ever shall we be friends. Alright, January has come. Master Recruiter has died. Don't care. Let's go ahead and pick up the military tech. Bam. We are now very far ahead of time. Yeah, getting those ideas would be kind of good right about now. We can actually pick up the next level of Diplo tech as well. Docks for the naval force limit. That's not a bad idea. Naval morale and trade range. That's also pretty good. We'll pick it up, and we'll get a few years of trade efficiency, which is going to increase our money generation pretty substantially. I am a fan. So, okay. Good. Good. So we hit the next round of tech. Happy with that. I just really want to get to level 7 admin tech so we can start getting out these idea groups. Because now we're just going to start rolling in military points, and we can't even put it toward military tech for like 13 years. So military ideas will be good. So yeah, we'll probably start stockpiling up our administrative power as much as we can. Here they are. Golden Horde, Separatists, and Squish. And we lost practically nothing. Alright, that was pretty good. That was not bad at all things considered. Let's go ahead and reduce our army maintenance and just start stockpiling money, because that's something we're good at. And, as much as it sucks that we haven't been going to war and increasing our gains very much, it is nice that all the autonomy across the nation is ticking down. Not bad, all things considered. Livonian Order, you're still allied to the Teutons and to Riga. I'm going to want to take territory from you very soon. I'm hostile to you. Why is Pskov not generating any claims? The only claims they have are the ones that I gave them. I was pretty sure that your marches and your vassals would fabricate claims on neighbors that you are hostile to. But it does not appear that they're doing that. They should be getting claims on both of these. I'm really not sure why they're not. Cossack aggression. Loyalty and influence. Kazan hates me because, once again, we sent out the Cossacks to do stuff, and they did stuff. And in fact, I'm totally okay with that. So let's increase their influence. Their loyalty is permanently increased. And we now have really cheap cavalry and really strong cavalry. We actually should be looking toward getting a much more cavalry-heavy army, I would say. Actually, what is our... how do we find out what our balance is for cavalry? We have 13 units of cavalry. We actually should start splitting up these armies and sort of... Okay, yeah, we're going to do exactly that. Let's split, send you this direction, you this direction. Split, send you, split, send you. We need to start balancing out these armies with some cannons and stuff. All right, these guys are all groups. They're taking attrition, but that's fine. We're going to split... Actually, no. For you, we're just going to take 3 infantry off. Move you here. For you, we'll split and send them around like so we don't take the attrition. Now our armies are pretty much balanced. That's good enough for me. But yeah, where's the... Okay, you cannot have more than 60% cavalry compared to your infantry. Okay, so we actually can have a lot more cavalry than we currently have before we will have to worry about insufficient support. Let's go ahead and build one right here. Why not? Actually, wait, no, whoa, wait. We're going to take advantage of this awesome new feature and say click. There we go. Oh, wait, no. No, wait, no, we won't. Because 60%, you say? Well, we have 6. You have 4. That's 66%. We actually do have too many cavalry here, amazingly enough. We need to send 1 cavalry off this direction and send 1 infantry off this direction, balance our armies around a little bit. For you, that is 60%. So actually, no, we can't really do much more. We're going to build one here then. That'll be fine. All right, that'll be okay. We're figuring out this balance. It'll work. It'll be just fine. Let's see if we can finish off this ship before we call the episode here, and if that does our force limit, which actually may have increased now that autonomy is going down. Nope, we got it. That was it. Create a proper fleet. Bam. Done. We have extra trade power. Subjugate Kazan. Convert Lipetsk to Orthodox. And Poland. We are actually almost done with this. It would take 55 months in order to get Lipetsk, unfortunately. Unless I increased my stability, but that would cost me points I don't want to spend. All the same, though, getting that extra missionary strength would be nice. The question now becomes, which one can I get faster? Poland or Lipetsk? Probably Poland. So we're going to pick this up. We're going to send a diplomat off this direction immediately. We'll even be able to get an alliance with them. With Poland, that's not so bad. Of course, they have a lot of enemies, so they'll get called into wars more often than I would like, but all the same, we should be able to get them to like us. Let's actually switch our personal opinion of them to friendly. Regulation of the medical profession. Oh no, socialized medicine! Sorry. States began to expand the number of doctors in the 16th century and to regulate and supervise their training at university. Local goods produced at Suzdal or gain 15 power. What's Suzdal? This one. Grain. Local goods produced for 1 year, 25%. That's like, what, a ducat? I don't care. We're going to gain the 15 admin power. It's probably fine. Alright, well that's going to be enough for this video, so thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with the EU4 and the Cossacks. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I, as always, will see you guys next time.